everyone, my name is Becky LaLiberty and I'm a 5th grade math special educator at John F. Parker Middle School in Taunton, Mass. This is my 3rd year teaching at Parker Middle School and it's my 2nd year as a special education teacher within an inclusion classroom. And during my 1st year at Parker, I taught 5th grade math and science. Prior to teaching at Parker, I went to Providence College and I received my bachelor's degree in elementary and special education. And when I graduated in 2017, I was a long-term substitute math teacher at Attleboro High School. And there I taught Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Geometry. This was definitely a transition from taking elementary courses and student teaching in elementary schools to then having to teach at high school with big kids. And although it was fun, I really enjoy working with upper elementary students more. I think it's just because they always have something entertaining and funny to say. I especially love working with students with disabilities. I just love figuring out what works best for them, as well as identifying ways to differentiate the instruction to meet their specific needs. It's sort of like a puzzle, and I like trying to put the pieces together. During a normal year at Parker, I am the 5th through 7th grade cross-country coach, and it's so much fun. Last year, the girls team for Parker actually came in 1st place, and it was the first time that Parker Middle School at all has ever won for cross-country against Taunton, so that was wonderful. We had a parade for all of our students and athletes. Besides teaching and coaching, I love to run. I've actually ran 8 half marathons since I was a sophomore in college, 3 of which I ran in May 2020. So I was trying to get in shape in the beginning of COVID. And besides running, I play volleyball and tennis. With regards to this year, it's definitely been a challenge. And I think one of the biggest challenges for me, as well as a lot of other teachers, is just feeling like I'm not doing enough for my students. And after reading and reflecting on the articles within the Teaching During a Crisis folder, it was validating to know that I'm not alone. I know the impact of COVID-19 on teachers. There were 8 common themes, and some of them that really struck out to me was just that was the difficulty balancing multiple demands while teaching remotely, and how education is not restricted to academics. I know that although we're now in February and we've been doing this since March 2020, I still don't feel adjusted or acclimated to the constant transition between remote and hybrid learning. It's just when I get comfortable with one type of model, it goes to another. So I know that myself and my students are always like, wow, where are we? What do we do? What are we going on? Within this article, the survey also showed how a majority of teachers were showed feelings of being moderately afraid, upset, and nervous and distressed. So once again, it's comforting to know that I'm not alone, but I also know that these feelings are feelings that my students are feeling as well. On top of these constant changes, I also feel like I'm constantly in a tug of war with my personal life and then the ever-changing demands of the school. And I think if this is how I'm feeling, I can only imagine how my students are feeling, how my coworkers are feeling, especially those with children, and all of the other teachers worldwide are feeling. And this is one reason why my school district has really placed an emphasis on social emotional learning over academics. So I know for my school district, every Wednesday it's dedicated to social emotional learning, where students come in for an hour virtually in Google Meets, and we just have fun activities with our kids. We play Deal or No Deal, Jeopardy, Kahoot, and just engage in non-academic related conversations. It's definitely something that all of us look forward to, because we can really form those connections with our students. Within the article, Exhausted and Grieving, Teaching During the Coronavirus, it just reminded me how important self-care is, especially with one of the teachers from Massachusetts. She said that she used to always check her emails in the morning right when she woke up, and that really impacted her mental health and her emotional well-being. So I think that she ended up noticing that and identifying that, and so she decided that, hey, I need to change some things and I need to take care of my family first and myself first. And so she ended up setting those realistic goals so that she could take care of herself. And I think that's so important and a great message for all, because in order for to be there for our students, we also have to be healthy and happy ourselves. When I read the two articles on Edtopia, I read Digital Tools and Distractions in School and How Much Screen Time, That's the Wrong Question. Both of the articles discussed how technology is sometimes viewed as a distraction and therefore is not used in a classroom. And I definitely think that at times technology can be a distraction, but I have seen how it can enhance a lesson and really engage students. And I think that both of those authors just really summed up how teachers need to model the appropriate behavior and discuss how to use technology correctly. And I know that our students have a lot going on, and if we don't teach them, like, how are they going to know? And one thing that I know my co-teacher and I have been doing is we acknowledge the fact that there are all these distractions with our students, and we tell them up front, we're saying, hey, if you can just concentrate with us for 20 minutes, then you will get your 2 to 5 minute break to go on YouTube, to go on TikTok. And our students have seemed pretty receptive with it. We've also been trying to really make our lessons super engaging so our students want to learn and want to be there. We've been using Pear Deck, Jamboard, Kahoot, quizzes, just fun activities for our students so that they stay with us and are engaged. After reviewing the 5th grade Digital Citizen Curriculum website, I immediately forwarded this website to all of the teachers at Parker because I was blown away by the multitude of resources that can be used with our students. And I definitely think that this website is another resource to be used to remind students about all of the distractions of the computer and the technology, and how to use the internet safely and responsibly. And each of these lessons are equipped with lesson plans, videos, slides, activities, and for grade 5, I believe there's 6 of them, and each lesson aligns with the ISTE standards for students. And I especially loved the Finding My Media Balance and cyberbullying lessons because since students these days are constantly using technology, the media balance lesson kind of seemed beneficial for them because it reminded them, like, how are we using this technology? Why are we using the technology? Do you think you need a technology break? Like, do you really need to go play video games right now? You've been on the computer all day. And then the cyberbullying lesson I really liked because it just defines cyberbullying and provides those examples for students and even discusses ways to stop it. But I learned so much from reading and reflecting on these articles, and I'm super excited to continue on with this course because I want to learn more technology resources and teaching strategies as well as the research behind them so that I can use the best resources for my students in order to engage them and excite them. Thank you so much for watching.